Yeah, good day viewers at home. So it's nice to be here once again. So topic for today now, I'm Temitope by name. Temitope. So topic for today now is actually this is actually a beginner class on practical programming on Python for beginners. So this is actually the course content, the table of content for the course actually, because we'll be learning Python programming language. And then before then, we talking about the practical programming of Python for beginner, which is actually same as thing as coding. I don't know about let me just do a quick um preview on let me just do a quick maybe explanation on how programming and how what the concept of coding actually came from. So what is coding and what is it used for actually for people I might have been maybe asking there will be some kind of questions underneath that what does coding actually entail. So this I'm going to answer this now. So let's take for instance we use applications, websites, electronic gadgets and other technologies tools daily. So behind those modern software programs are thousands of lines of code. So coding also known as computer programming. So coding don't get it to say if you heard someone saying coding, see the same thing as using computer programming. So it's what power those modern day application and websites. So you coding now or writing a code, it will involve you learning a particular programming language, which is being able to program your computer. So although are good at crushing numbers, processing large amount of data and are incredibly fast, they cannot fully think for themselves. We all know that you have to tell the computer what to do. So coding is how human communicate with computer. So let's get that concept in our mind. Let's understand that coding is how human communicate with computers. So specifically, coding is a process of giving a sequence of instruction to a machine using a programming language. You needed to learn a particular programming language for you to be able to communicate with your machine, with your computer rather. So before you can code, you needed to learn a particular programming language. That was why we brought on this Python programming language, which is a general purpose. It has varieties of uses. So it can be used for many purposes. And then before then, the machine interprets the instruction and carry them out in order. After you've learned a particular programming language and you've been able to communicate with computer, then the machine will now interpret it, whichever interpreter you have, maybe for the programming language, which for Python now we'll be working with Jupyter notebook. So while writing your code, the machine will interpret, which is a virtual machine, which that Jupyter notebook is like a virtual machine. It will actually interpret the instruction and carry them out. It will give you the feedback of the code you wrote, like the result. So coding tells a computer what to do and how to do it using a language both human and machine can understand. So learning a particular language, the reason why we actually took Python was it's kind of readable, it's kind of easy to understand. That was why we took that. We actually chose Python. We actually want to take Python first for beginners so that both human will be able to relate easily with it. Python the machine you are working to will be the main focus is for you being able to understand how programming works. That was why we chose Python initially for beginners. So computer do not understand human language, or we all know that they only speak binary numbers which are ones and zero. So but Binary is the primary language of all machines, which make perfect sense since device consists of a combination of thousands of transistors. So they make use of binary numbers, which are like tiny switches. Like we all know all those transistors, they are tiny ICs and the likes. So switches and the likes. So coding in binary is time consuming. I'm trying to draw you back to where actually coding all these binary numbers and the likes when it came from. Coding in binary numbers is time consuming and error prone. So woman invented some people invented all this Python program language. Someone invented it. They have C++, we have JavaScript, we have a lot now. A lot of programming languages now. We have C sharp, we have a lot. C++, JS, Java, and the likes. So someone actually invented all these program language, invented computer program language that are readable and easy to learn and understand and more human friendly, like this Python. It's readable, it's easy to understand, and it's more human friendly. That's why we chose Python first. So I think that this has actually explained like theoretical background or history behind coding or program concept. So let's move now in details to our course of the day now, which is talking about the practical programming on Python for beginners, which is a course title, and it's so and the table of contents now will be based on table of contents now what we'll be going through in the course, which is program learning a particular language, programming language is Python now. Working with respect to Python or Python programming language. The table of contents now is we have Python intros, getting started with Python, how to install Python, how to go about the interpreter to work with, learning about this Python syntax and the likes. So from there we learn about comments, learn about Python comments, Python variables, data types, numbers, casting strings, on and on like that. We have a lot of things to cover. So but for now, let's still brush through some table of some topics here. So let's move to our as I've said earlier, working with Python will actually make use of a an interpreter. So the interpreter now, sorry, the interpreter now name is Jupyter Notebook. Name of the interpreter is Jupyter Notebook. There was a video has been done on how to do an installation or how to install Jupyter Notebook locally on your PC. A video has been done on that, so I'll put that on the comment section, or you can ask for that. So the link will be sent. It's actually on the channel, so a link will be sent so that I can know how to install that Jupyter Notebook. So Jupyter Notebook actually it's a web-based interactive computing platform for running Python programming language. So there are steps on how to install them, on how to install the interpreter, which is Jupyter Notebook, that I've said a video has been done on that. So let's just move on to our class now. So this is the table of contents. Let's get started now. We've installed our Jupyter Notebook. If you doesn't know how to do the installation, feel free to go back and feel free to ask for the links for the video on how to do the installation. So video will be sent, so you get how to install your the interpreter. So we've installed that here now. So to launch your Jupyter Notebook after it has been installed locally on your PC, just go to your command prompt. You might type cmd. Cmd will bring command prompt. This is it here. Just click it. Just click on and just type your Jupyter Notebook. That's after you've installed you are done with you've locally installed your Jupyter Notebook on your PC. So just type Jupyter Notebook. Then you type it, when you type the command like this, command prompt will fetch that data and it will run the Jupyter Notebook on your web page. As I've said earlier, it's a web-based computing platform for running Python programming language. It run it on your web. You can do anything to be done on your browser locally. So let me select the paths. I actually have a folder for all my previous work. So it's a Python training. I'm gonna actually create a new file inside folder. This is how to create a new file. So it's going to show up like this. Let's do a bit of Python. Let me actually split my screen. So let's be on this side. So let me split my screen. So now we are to get started now. The video has been done on that. So we are moving to Python syntax. Let's do a bit of writing Python programming language. Let's do a bit of Python syntax now. Yeah, before then, Python, let's just go through what Python programming language, who created it. Python programming language, it was created by Guido van Rossum and released in 1991. So it could be used for web development, which is server side, software development, mathematics, system scripting. It could be used in gaming and all this robotics. So the Python is actually a general purpose language that a lot of uses. So let's move on to the Python. Let's do a bit of Python syntax. Let's go about how it works. So I actually want to print a message now to tell a class about Python programming. I wanted to print a message, and in Python there's a function. There are a lot of inbuilt function in Python. We have the input function, we have the print function, we have a lot. We have the format and the likes. So but for now, to print a message, Python function that will be working with respect to is the print function. It allows you to print anything you put inside the parentheses. So it's a function, it's a Python built-in function for Python programming language. So let's assume let me just print a message now. It should be a string. So let's say you are all welcome to Python class. All welcome to Python class. So if I run this now, see, it prints what was inside in this quotation here, which was inside the parentheses rather. print it out. Let's do a bit of it. Let's modify that and write something else. Let me just say, I'm glad to be here. If I run this, it prints it out. So in Python, this thing you see here with quotation is called a string. A string. There's some in data type, Python data type. There's something called something a string. Call the data type string. String always take quotation, be it double or single. And we'll get to use when we actually get to data type, you get to know more about string. Or just note that while working with string are always letters. While working with string, there must be a quotation. So let's move on from there now. So while talking about Python syntax, this is a bit of using how to use the print function. So on that same Python syntax, we are still on that topic now. On the table of contents, we are still on it. So before, let's talk about Python indentation. So in Python, which is a programming language, Python works with indentation. What does indentation actually mean? Indentation refers to the space at the beginning of a code line. So do not bother about this thing. This thing will be sent to you, a material will be sent to you on how. So let's talk about Python indentation. It's actually a subtopic on Python syntax, under Python syntax. So Python indentation. So that's a comment in Python. Anywhere you see this hash sign, Python will ignore it, and this is a comment. I run whatever after the comment, whatever is after the comment will go run. So Python will ignore the comment. So talking about indentation in Python, indentation refers to the space at the beginning of a code line. So where in other programming language, indentation in code is for readability only. Like talk of maybe JavaScript now. Indentation is just to make your code readable, and all this maybe C++ is just to make your code readable. But in Python, indentation is very, very important. It's highly important for you to not to have any issue with maybe semantic error. Your code must be well indented, or syntax